So why don't you come into a quiet place? And start by just letting your body get relaxed in the chair. Taking a couple of gentle breaths in and out. And not letting the mind say what's next, just being in the heart of now. And letting your being, your heart, be receptive, be open, be present to the one, all that is perfection, the love in the room, the love of the divine that surrounds us, that lives in us, that lives through us as one, beautiful, divine, where there is only that presence and no separation. The loving presence of the one heart, the one love, the one wisdom, the one light. And in that light that we share, in that love that we share, is the honoring and loving message from Kryon.
Greetings, dear ones. I am Kryon of Magnetic Service. Before we begin, we ask you again to change the reality of your thinking slightly from normal. What is happening? Who is speaking? Where is it coming from? I asked my partner to completely step aside and to let flow tonight what should flow. Can you think out of the box of what you know? The most difficult thing for humanity in general is to go to a place they've never been. Survival depends upon you going places you know about. If you've never been someplace, you'd be hesitant to go there. It just makes sense. You won't open a door when it says unknown. You'll open the door that says known, because you're comfortable with that. And the entire reason I bring this up is for what is next. I wish to enhance what you know about humanity. In order to do that, I will speak of controversial things. Those listening to this message after the fact may have been asked by others to listen. They will have a complete different perception that you will in this room. But this room contains an energy that cannot be duplicated on a recording. Those of like mind set up a confluence of consistency and belief. You might say that your belief here enhances the truth that you carry. I want to talk about humanity. I want to enhance humanity. I would like to tell you some of the things that took place in perhaps ways I have not before, to broach some subjects that maybe you're interested in. I do these things because all of the teaching tonight is to enhance the human experience. To show you you're bigger than you think. You may have been here longer than you know. And it's beautiful. When you think of human history, how far does it go back? If you look it up, how far does it go? Now, the common consensus of historians in general, and that which would be given to you by planetary scientists and authorities, has you only here for approximately 11,000 years. Now, I'm talking about societies. I'm not talking about a human in a biological sense, because there's been the evolution of humanity, and that's for anthropologists. I'm talking about sociology. How long have cities been here, systems been here, religion been here? How long does your science say that there's evidence of these things? Now, this may seem like a rehash of something we've discussed before, but it's more than that. In Istanbul, Turkey, we sat in front of a large group and gave a channel called Unknown History. This is similar, but different. But the premise is the same. You've been around a lot longer than 10 or 11,000 years. Now, go slowly, my partner, so this is succinct and makes sense. Everything you have that you can study, dear ones, about humanity and civilization stops about 10,000 to 11,000 years ago. It appears as though that is when it all got started. When the cities sprang up. When you go back far enough, one of the first ones you will see that had a succinct consciousness of organization was that which took place in the Indus Valley, which you call Sumeria. Almost 11,000 years. It looked like the first one. And everything past that follows the rules of linearity, synchronicity of discovery. One thing led to another, and you come up with the pyramids and so on and so forth. And this is your history. Now, metaphysically, we have channeled to you over and over that humanity is almost 50,000 years old, as you know it, that has had organization, civilization, cities, consciousness, evolution. You only see 10 of it. Where is the truth here? Why is it you cannot see what I say was there before then? Was there some kind of an event that might have erased what was formerly there to such a degree it doesn't show up to the archaeologist, to the historians, in the way that it does 10,000 years ago? And the answer is yes. There are all manner of things that I could lead you through right now. But what I want to do is plant seeds of information and truth that will enhance history, not challenge it. I am not here to rewrite things out of a belief that you have. I am here to add on to what you've been told. And what I say now and tonight may seem fanciful. After all, it's channeling. And those listening to this in the future, the far future, will smile, because what I'm going to tell you now will finally be discovered at some time. It's only a matter of generations before you have certain kinds of instruments and examination that will show you the kinds of things that I'm going to explain to you now. Some things will never be seen. They can't be. Without a time machine, there's no way. You can go back far enough to see what I'm going to talk about. Let me interrupt this channel for something that seemingly is non sequitorious. In other words, it's out of the logic of the channel story, but it isn't. There is an overwhelming feeling among old souls on this planet that you have existed before in lifetimes that had advanced technology. Overwhelming. We've talked about it before. Those who believe they've had the sinking island syndrome. Atlantis. Which one and when? Doesn't matter. You all were part of an advanced civilization. This is the feeling you had. I'm not confirming or denying it. I am talking about the truth of your Akash. Overwhelmingly, there is an entire section of humanity that is convinced, because of the feelings they have through past life, revolution, or dreams, or whatever, that they've been part of an advanced civilization way before 10,000 years ago. Would you like me to acknowledge it? All right. It's correct. Absolutely. 100% correct. You don't have a time machine, or do you? You have an Akash. And in the Akash is what we want to talk about. The Akashic record of humanity is that which would expose past life energies to you. And some of the most energetic ones will come to the surface, not in a linear way, not in a year per year per year, but instead in an energetic way. That is to say, the energy shows itself. What was most dramatic? What took place that sticks with you? And that's what you remember, and that's what comes forward. And here you sit. And so many of you said, yes, I was there. I know it. I can feel it. I've had dreams about it. I've had readings about it. We were part of this. There was advancement. We had many things that you don't have now. You're right. And now I'm going to tell you why. And it's not what you think. It's hardly what you think. It's outside of the purview of logic or things that would make sense to you. So stand by. Something wonderful. The human brain is complex, but one of the simplest things it does is to analyze based upon only what it knows. It cannot analyze things it doesn't know about. Therefore, if you believe you are part of something called an advanced civilization, let's define what your brain will tell you you did. Well, if you had an advanced technological civilization, you would have simply better things than you have now. The computers would be more powerful. You'd have